YouTube has been absolutely gaslighting me about Xdefiant. All I've seen on my feed for weeks now has been COD killer, best FPS, this kills COD. I was thinking I could boot this game up and it would transport me back to 2011. Getting home from school on a Friday night, booting up Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, no responsibilities, all the snacks I could want, and all my friends online. Meanwhile, my parents were arguing downstairs about our horrific financial situation. I'm just kidding. I didn't have any friends. But anyway, this game is so underwhelming, it's crazy. Here's what I'm going to be talking about throughout the video. Use the timestamps below if you want to skip through specific parts. I want to start with the fact that this only affects PC players, but this game is not on Steam. You have to download the Ubisoft launcher in order to play this game. Stop that. Don't do that. The gameplay is solid, credit given where credit is due. The biggest complaint I had though was either the tick rate or the netcode is absolute dog shit. They say the tick rate is 60, which is comparable to games like Overwatch, but I don't believe them because I've died from being clearly behind cover or behind the enemy more often than not. And hit registration, while most of the time did feel fine, had some noticeable moments and drop-offs, which is just unacceptable for a full release. The movement is decent. Running, jumping, vaulting, sliding, you know, you got the usuals. It's a fast-paced game with fast-paced movement. Overall, the guns do feel good with some exceptions. They have recoil patterns that make sense. The effects and sounds when you hit someone are satisfying and the animations all look pretty good. The gun variety, though, is boring. I'm disappointed by this because they could have done so much being Ubisoft. You can put in guns from Splinter Cell or maybe any of the makeshift guns from any of the Far Cries. Anything to give the guns some sort of personality, but instead they went with the standard 24 guns that we've all seen done before. Out of the 24 guns, of course, only 3 are popular and used: the TAC-50, the MP7, and the M16. Whoop-de. Where Ubisoft does actually take advantage of being Ubisoft is their factions and maps. Each faction, essentially your playable characters, has passive, active, and ultra abilities, either on cooldown or it builds up throughout the game. The ultras, which are the big bad wolves of the abilities, do seem more gimmicky than your average kill streaks. And to be fair, they can turn the tide in small battles, but they often are mostly eh. It leaves you wanting more if you've played games like Overwatch, and as an addition to a COD-style shooter, it does feel a little bit out of place. Maps, on the other hand, are actually beautiful. They have a lot of character and the aesthetics were nailed. They work well for the game modes, providing decent cover and rotation, and the spawn points incentivize movements, so no major complaints there for me. Oh my god. So far, I've described a decent game, and for it being free, you're probably wondering why I'm so disappointed by it. It's a heaping pile of garbage, smudged over with some nice graphics and mid gameplay. I'm being really harsh, but here's why. Ubisoft has the money, resources, and experienced teams to be able to actually put out the COD killer, but instead they chose to release this. A game that simply doesn't have enough in it to play for a long time, getting really old really fast. As a live service game, it does have the potential to grow, add variety, and change based off of feedback. The problem is, though, not everything lives up to its potential. At this point, if you're gonna spend money on this game, it comes down to if you as a consumer can trust that Ubisoft will do what they need to do in order to keep this game alive and relevant. What would you spend money on? I'm glad you asked. They made weapon leveling grindy as hell, so they added weapon boosters you can buy for your convenience, because it's so much better paying for a boost in the game than just having balanced gameplay to begin with. You can buy different skins, like this low profile skin that makes you harder to see and essentially a harder target to kill in dark areas of the map. The perfect skin for rats with extra cash to spare. A battle pass booster to give you a leg up on your rewards, which are only your rewards if you pay for the battle pass, which periodically gives you calling cards, skins, Ubi coins, and guess what? More weapon boosters, because this game is grindy as fuck. One of the things to unlock a gun is to get hip fire kills, but it is legitimately impossible to fucking do so because the accuracy for the hip fire is like non-existent. I can't get this done. Bro, how many fucking... It's like half the shots when you're hip firing are going to Narnia. And the other half are fucking hitting the ground directly. You can even unlock the last faction of playable characters with 700,000 XP. Or skip the inconvenience and hassle of the grind. Enjoy the full experience of the game by purchasing the DeadSec faction for 7 small payments of fuck you 99. It's a bunch of pay-to-win bullshit, essentially. Oh, Goohi, it's not pay-to-win since you can unlock everything by playing the game. Pay for convenience is pay-to-win. If you can pay money to get an advantage, in this case to get a character that is not available to everybody immediately as soon as you boot into the game, it's pay to win. I will die on that hill. All of this comes together to feel more like a money grab than a project made for the love of the genre. It isn't an attempt to bring back the golden ages of FPSs. It's an attempt to capitalize on people that are craving that, sucking up as much money as they can out of it and doing the absolute minimum to make it that game. I mean, think about it, right? It's so popular right now to hate on Activision, to hate on Call of Duty, and to hate on skill-based matchmaking. Activision going around shutting down fan projects doesn't help, and it leaves people with that itch. It left the perfect opportunity for a big company like Ubisoft to swoop in and save the day. But they got greedy and executed it poorly. It's free, it's good, it's whatever, spend money on it if you want. I don't personally care, but to say that this is the next Call of Duty killer is an overstatement. Like, there's no way. I don't even have to like Call of Duty to know that that's just not true.